live and in living color on this beautiful Saturday night, bringing you the Friday Night Smackdown review. So, um, for those who's not in the know, uh, Friday Night Smackdown will be pre-taped next week. I think because of the fact that it's going to be in Saudi Arabia and everybody going to be traveling and whatnot to Saudi. So I think that's the reason why it's pre-taped, because we already got spoilers for what's going to happen next week. We already got a comment. Oh, okay. Yo. Reincarnated Starks, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? So, as I said before, for those who are joining us, we have a SmackDown next week will be pre-taped. Just to put that out there before I start this SmackDown review, it will be the SmackDown next week is pre-taped because they're going to be in Saudi. So we got some spoilers. Like you might even seen like some pictures of it, of like a reunion. It happened at the end of this SmackDown, but it continues in the next week's SmackDown. But next week was pre-taped, so yeah, that's like I said, that's because they're going to Saudi Arabia. Though, with that being said, let's see. Well, we start off with SmackDown, I guess. They were showing everybody arriving in the stadium, and then we switched to finally after showing a whole bunch of people, we switched to Randy Orton. Randy Orton, he's on the war path, right? He's on that. He looking for. I like this the way how they do this too. Like they do this in a way where what I was trying to. Oh yeah, Vince would have never let them show them in gorilla position, right? They really don't like showing them in gorilla position, but not once, but twice. We got the person who's doing the storytelling stuff shot in gorilla position. The first time when Randy Orton, before he tried to talk to Triple H while he was in gorilla position, but Randy Orton's music hit, and you can see he was like, look, you can tell he's like, this is not the time to talk about it. Go, your music's playing, go, go out there now. So he gets there, and Randy's basically saying that he's been trying to get his hands on Kevin Owens. He went to Nick Aldis about setting up a match, but Nick Aldis told him that he cannot get the match because it's above his pay grade. So he realized that he needs to talk to the man in charge, his former mentor / Evolution running mate, Triple H. And he gets Triple H to come out, and that's the second time we get to see when he calls out Triple H and tells him to come into the ring, so because he want to talk to him. That's where we get that second shot of gorilla position. With they just sold Triple H back there, and his music hit, and he just he throws off his glasses, and he just reluctant to come out, but he came out anyway. And I like how he kind of takes a jab at Randy Orton. He said that he said this is not something I wouldn't have wanted to do out here in the middle of the ring, but since you don't never find time to show up on work on time, I guess this is as good a place as any. I like that little jab. That was a little DX Triple H jab right there. But yeah, so he basically Randy Orton accused Triple H of protecting Kevin Owens, saying that no matter what he does, he can't get a match because everybody keeps saying the higher rep was telling him, saying no. And he said if he wouldn't know better, you're protecting Kevin Owens from him. And Triple H says he's not doing that and that the match is not happening for a good reason. And he's like, well, is the match not happening and blah, blah, blah. You're protecting Kevin Owens. You're protecting Kevin Owens. He like repeatedly says that because he wants. That's what he said. He said it's fine as long as Triple H admits that he's protecting Kevin Owens from him, and he keeps going Triple H, and then Triple H finally, gives in and said, "No, I'm not protecting Kevin Owens. From you. I'm protecting you from Kevin Owens." And he explains the reason why he's protecting Randy Orton from Kevin Owens is because this is a different Kevin Owens. He said he breaks down that after what happened, he said after Kevin Owens attacked Cody Rhodes and his meetings with Kevin Owens, said this is a different Kevin Owens. He said this Kevin Owens is a Kevin Owens that I never seen before. He looked into his eyes and saw that he was a Kevin Owens who he know Kevin Owens is a guy who never lets nobody in. He never trusts nobody. But for the first time, he saw in the eyes. He said for whatever reason, he deviated from his thing. Everybody was business to Kevin Owens, but then he let Cody Rhodes and he let Randy Orton in. And he said, and when I seen in his eyes was that for the first time ever, he let you guys in, and he feel like in his mind, you and Cody betrayed him, and that makes him more dangerous than what he usually is. So he said we just got you back off a back injury, and I don't want to put you back. I don't want him to put you back on the shelf, and maybe back on the shelf permanently. But Randy Orton argues that he understands what's at stake. He understands that his health was at stake, but that he didn't call Paul Levesque out here. He called Triple H out here, the man who came to his house and bust out the door. Used to walk around with a sledgehammer and bust out the door where it says something sledgehammer beat. And I think Triple H called him a prick, and he went back and beat my prick butt right in my front yard and in my house, and threw me through the window and beat me up in my front yard. So I need that Triple H, because that Triple H understands what I'm going through. That Triple H, like, what would you do if you was me? What would you do with me? Because I know very well about what my health is at stake and everything like that. But I know better than anybody, and you know better than anybody, because you know what it's like to have your health taken away from your health and not your health, but your career taken from you, just like that. And you saw Triple H look up at Randy, and I was just like, oh yeah. He looked up at Randy like, you really brought that into the mix. And you could tell Triple H feels some type of way. And I love that little storytelling that Triple H kind of feels some type of way about the fact that he can't wrestle no more. But he banned Triple H and the crowd banned Triple H, and Triple H like, I hope you know what you guys are asking for. And the crowd even got louder. So he said, you know what? Fine. All right. Be careful what you wish for. He said, crown jewel, it will be Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. And he told Randy, before leaving the ring, he told Randy Orton, from now on, you better watch your back 24/7. Which leave Randy a little, like, I think it left him like a little bit puzzled. It's not puzzled, but a little bit concerned, because he like, now I gotta watch my back 24/7 because Kevin Owens will be coming after me either which way. So with that being said, we get to the first match of the night, which is Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes with LA Knight as the special guest referee. And that match was good. That was good. And I like LA Knight's involvement here. But this brings me to one of the things I put in the title, a new title belt. Sort of. It's a new title belt, sort of. If anybody caught it, LA Knight's United States Championship belt is actually custom. It's not. It's like a new United States Championship belt. It got the same faceplate, but like the straps, like if I could get this to focus here, the straps, it all got LA written on it now. It got like he got a whole new strap around the belt. All of it got little LA signs and stuff on it. I'm like, oh, even the side plate, like the little circle, the little like screw parts of the side plates got LA, like LA screws. Like, it's a whole custom LA Knight belt. And I didn't notice that until he came out with this match. So that's why I put in the title new champs and new title, because the United States title has been custom now to fit LA Knight. And I think like that's a cool concept. I think I think that's how, if you want to do like custom titles, I think that's how it should do. I think every champion, every time somebody becomes a champion, the title should be custom fit to that champion. Like Cody Rhodes title, it should have like maybe his little symbols all around the strap, like how LA Knights was, or maybe it's just so that he holds the belt. I think that's the way you do custom belts now, or you do it like how John Cena did, either or. But back to the match itself. Andrade and them was having a good match. It was going back and forth. Of course, the shenanigans of getting into it with LA Knight since he was a special guest referee. And to also, I forgot this also to determine it's not only just game 7, but it was a number 1 contenders match, and whoever win would get a shot at LA Knight. And it was definitely a good match, but both men basically got on LA Knight's nerves, and he basically attacked LA Knight, or several instances where he got attacked, and then he just got, I think either Carmelo or I think Carmelo super kicked him, and then like Andrade did something, I forgot what it was, but then it caused LA Knight. Hold on, we got somebody joining us. Shay.
What's up?
So, you missed me talking about your boy Randy. Because I got done talking about his promo with Triple H. But because I'm only on the first match, I'll let you give your thoughts about that promo real quick.
I was kind of shocked that he did that because I know he wanted to talk to Triple H or whoever, about. No, because Nick Aldis said it's from higher above, so he already know it was Triple H. So I was thinking in my head, like, I know he did not just tell Triple H to come to the ring, and he said, I know the Triple H I know is the one that beat down my walls and pushed me out the front door of the house. That jump had me cracking up because that jump was funny when he did that. But
And
that
that
promo
and
was
that
pretty
was
good.
one hell of a feud too. I love that feud
Yes,
between
that was
Triple H
pretty good.
and Randy Orton. That was a good storytelling.
Yes, it was. It was really good. I was like, oh, snap. And then them talking back and forth. He said he's trying to protect him or whatever. I understand, the circumstances, whatever. But no, Randy needs to fight KO. We need this, okay? We need
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yeah, but okay, Randy did just come back from injury, and we all know Kevin Owens when he's healed, he like to do that apron power bomb. And Randy
Yeah,
Orton do not need no apron power bomb. Like Triple H said, he got steel rods in his back.
that's true.
I'm like, holy crap! I'm like, that is true. I also like how he brought up Triple H like losing his ability to be a competitor. He said just like how you how all this could be taken away from you just like that, and you
Just
saw
like
Triple
that.
H look up at him like, why did you have to go there? Like he hit a nerve with that because like, I like that storytelling. Triple H is not really fully okay with being retired.
Right. Like, look like he still want to go. I mean, I would love that, but I don't want the man to have a heart attack or whatever like that or whatever,
Right,
cardiac arrest. We don't want that.
right, because he got that thing in his chest now and stuff like that. So but I love the storytelling that he doesn't really. He's like his character is not really okay with being retired in that fashion. He didn't
Right.
get to go. He didn't get to have a final match, and and either lose or win it. He had to retire because of his condition.
It's true.
So I'm like, oh man. But it was a good promo though. But I like how Randy sold it too when he heard that Triple H was protecting him from Kevin Owens and he just like fell to his knee and stuff like that. I'm like, that like he sold it like that really hit home for him that to realize Triple H was trying to protect him. He thinking it was Triple H protecting Kevin Owens from him, but he was protecting Randy from Kevin Owens.
Yeah, because we know how that kill Randy get, but heel Randy is good and heel Cody is good, but I guess we know what kind of stuff KO would do.
Yeah,
The bottom of the bottomest.
yeah, we know KO is gonna go. He's gonna go wherever he got to, and that's what Triple H was kind of convey. He was like, "Yeah, we I didn't. When I looked into his eyes, I saw something different because he let everybody was business for him, but when it came to you and Cody, he dropped his guard and let you guys in." And he said, in his mind, I saw in his eyes, in his mind, he felt like he in his mind he knows that y'all betrayed him. He really believes that y'all betrayed him.
Yep.
So he think Kevin Owens. I like how they sudden that he probably is this unhinged Kevin Owens now because he let somebody in other than Sami Zayn, and he felt like that person, those two people betrayed him.
Yeah, this storyline gonna cook though. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna get good.
Oh, it's gonna get good. I like it. I like it. So basically, getting back to I was talking about the LA Knight match. Did you notice that LA Knight's championship changed?
Yes, I did. It did look kind of weird. I was like, hold on, like what's going on? And then I seen it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Different.
he basically customized the belt. Now it got little LA logos everywhere all over the belt and even on the side plate. Like the little not like of course they got on the side plate, but the little circles around the side plate got LA on it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that. I think that's the first thing I seen, and then I seen the front.
Oh, Chris said he'll be on soon.
Let's go, Chris. Yeah.
Well, hey, depending on how far we get, you might miss it all. But that's why I put in the title of this video "New Champs and New Title" because technically, LA Knight's title is a new title now because he customized it.
Customized it.
But the match itself was good between Andrade and Carmelo. Though I would have liked for them to have won. I understand because I think they still needed to have done. It makes the game 7 like a waste in a sense because I was like, oh man, I really wish they would have had just let them have fought it out and pin one another if we was gonna do all these game sevens, the whole everything up to the game 7. And I did like that graphic they showed too, with the whole it showed who won what match and stuff like that. They really did like the NBA style. They showed that Andrade were the first two, then Carmelo won the next two, and then Andrade, then Carmelo. I like that how they did all that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
But in the end, Carmelo and Andrade would not win the match because they would piss LA Knight off so much. He just hit both of them with the BFT and then rang the bell himself and just told them that it doesn't matter about the game 7 because they're both losers. Because not the game 7, he's the champion. It doesn't matter because he said no. He said
I
it
like that.
didn't matter.
No.
No, because he said, well, everybody's saying LA Knight. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, that was cool. But then again, it kind of make all this pointless.
Right.
I'm like, because now this is the worst way to do this. You have no fight 7 times.
Yep.
And then the 7-1 just thrown out, especially what they do. I'm gonna talk about when they did coming up for Crown Jewel, but everything they did tonight, and especially what they do afterwards, kind of made the whole thing pointless. Like the whole thing, this is how you ruin this booking wise. You had a good thing going with these 7 games, but then you basically make game 7 like irrelevant, and which means the whole series was irrelevant. We watched them fight 7 times for nothing, and then just for us to get here. But I'm gonna tell you what I mean in a minute. But I'm gonna let you go and tell me what you think about the match.
Yeah, I feel like that match was really pointless. I really like if they was gonna do Game 7, they should never did LA Knight as a referee. He didn't want to do it anyways because you could tell he told like
Yeah.
I like what he said that But yeah, it was just pointless. Like if y'all wanted to do Game 7, let's have a clean winner or something happen. Then y'all could go y'all separate ways, like we wanted to. But they want to run it back again. So now y'all going to, well, we ain't talk about that yet. But still, now y'all want to run it back. Run it back again.
That's crazy.
It is.
Like I just like it. I just hate this type of booking because Carmelo and Andrade worked their butt off to make this a good thing, right?
Yep.
Like because normally people would get mad about seeing people face each other this many times in a row. But
Yep.
it worked. It worked. And right at the end, all you had to do was just do one more time, make this the best match of them all, and you screw it up by giving us a no winner and making the whole thing pointless.
Yep.
But
Basically pointless.
I'm gonna tell everybody why I feel like that, because it's not just what they did in the match, it's what they did afterwards too. But we get a Nia Jackson and Tiffany Stratton promo on backstage where Tiffany is back and she's trying to make it up to Nia, saying that she's sorry she couldn't be there, but she was sick and blah blah blah. But Nia being the bully, she had to taunt Tiffany about not being there and stuff. She basically gaslighting her, making her feel bad about it. And then on top of that, she said she needed somebody to take care of Naomi because Naomi's looking for a fight. And Tiffany, she said I could do it. I could take care of Naomi, and when I do, she will never. And she was like, "Well, before you interrupt me, I was going to say I got somebody to take care of Naomi, somebody who actually pinned Bailey, something that you wasn't able to do."
Ooh.
And Candice LeRae shows up, and she said, "Don't worry, Nia, I'm gonna help you with that whole Naomi problem, and Tiffany, you could just sit back here with sniffles and all that type of stuff." And Tiffany, I'm like, yeah, she's definitely cashing in on Nia. They definitely trying to turn Tiffany. That confirms my suspicion. They trying to turn Tiffany babyface and have her cash in on Nia. Like I think at this point it's a foregone conclusion that's who she's cashing in on.
She better not cash in on her for real. She need to cash in on Liv, bruh. Like she need to, bruh. Come on, that's easy. Why would you take the title away from Nia? She worked hard for that title, bruh.
From what I've seen, that's look like what they trying to aim it for.
Oh, my phone.
Hold on. We got Leo joining us. Leo, my man.
What's good?
What's good? Oh, we lost Shay. But yeah, we just got done talking about the LA Knight match. Not the LA Knight match, but the Andrade versus Carmelo match.
Yeah.
How pointless that they screwed it up by how making it pointless.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it was a good match. Like I said before, I'm not about to read, and I just did it, so I'm gonna go in short. It was a good match, but the way you end it, it makes it the all out, not just game 7. It makes all of it pointless.
The whole storyline that they did up until this point pointless,
and which is bad because they worked their butt off to make it good. Because normally, like I was telling Shay, normally when you got people going against each other this many times, fans don't really like it, but you made it work with them. You made it work with Carmelo and Andrade, and then you mess it up by having game 7 means nothing, especially what I'm about to say they did next. And then we also talked about Tiffany and not the little Tiffany and Nia promo where pretty much they telling us that Tiffany is gonna cash in on Nia and take the title from Nia because they definitely trying to turn Tiffany babyface, and they definitely gonna have her cash in on Nia. Which
That
I was gonna say to you, Shay, because you said she needed to cash in on Liv, but I think
No.
they saving Liv for either Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania or somebody else at WrestleMania. Liv
We
is
don't want to
Liv is
see
most
Rhea live no more. I'm tired of that.
I
I'm
don't
Rhea.
want to
tired of
see it
seeing
either.
Rhea
But here's the
live.
thing. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Rhea should be defeating Liv at all. I don't.
No,
Right.
no. If I had to say so in it, this would be it for Rhea Ripley until at least after Liv loses the title.
Because the way I see it, when they had that botchy finish, right? I think that was the way they could have called an end on the feud for now, and then Liv
Right.
can do other stuff. And at the meantime, you can have Rhea do like what Damon Priest doing, building himself back up to the world title, and then maybe around Rumble time you can revisit this if they were to have this be the match for Mania. You could pick this back up in the lead up to Mania, but at least gives us the rest of the year to Rumble to have Liv do something else before we revisit this again.
That's what I think they're actually going to do, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like they're doing. Because Rhea is not going after Liv for the title. Once all this Crown Jewel stuff is going, she's going. Her next major match will be with Raquel, and
I think that is, yeah.
I think Liv is going to move on to like Zelina Vega or some other people.
I think so because I think recently on the house show she's been feuding with Io and Kyrie, so those might be her next feuds for the rest of the year.
I think she's going to be feuding, and I think she is going to be feuding with some other people. But I think, if anything, they're probably going to make Rhea win the Royal Rumble, and
or Chamber,
or Chamber,
either Rumble or Chamber, yeah.
Either the Rumble or Chamber, and she's going to probably most likely take it off of Liv. I hate to say that because unless something have changed in between now and the Rumble, I can see Rhea being the front runner to win the Rumble, but I don't see. That's how I see it as it stands now. I hope it changes because I want somebody else to get that shine at Mania. I want Liv to get her Mania moment and be able to at least defend the title at WrestleMania against somebody new and maybe put that person over.
Because how I see it, if they put the title back on Rhea right now, I think Liv has to win the Rumble. Liv would have to win the Rumble if they do give Rhea this title.
Liv, she would. She
would have to win the Rumble because I don't see Bianca winning it. I don't see Jade Cargill right now.
Definitely
maybe
not.
Next year because it's too early.
Oh no.
We don't want to see Becky winning it. We don't want to see Charlotte winning it. So if you take all those stars,
Naomi, she might win if she stayed. Well, she stayed in a long time. The last time though, she was in there forever.
She did. I will say that they did put themselves. They did get themselves an option by having her do
possibly.
Good.
But if that was gonna be the case, then I think it would have been better if Bayley was still the champion and have Naomi turn heel in that sense and then take the title. Because I don't see Tiffany winning it just because she's having the Money in the Bank. Nia Jax, I don't think should be winning it either. So if you take all those people aside, considering last year when we had the Rumbles, who was the one winning it? It was people on SmackDown. So I would automatically assume that somebody from Raw is going to win it. Becky is not winning it. So
definitely not.
Raquel, I mean, I would love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't see Rhea winning it either. So if you take those three out, then who's left as a top star? Liv Morgan. And she was just recently on the poster for WrestleMania 41. So that's a quick indication that she's going to be in a high-profile storyline come WrestleMania.
We could get a return.
She's going to be in a high-profile match at WrestleMania. That's why I said I don't think she's losing the title until WrestleMania.
Because she even she just recently booked this match or even talked about or teased it. Her and AJ Lee. Now, if AJ Lee comes back, I can buy into that.
That was
I could buy into that.
Two Jersey people going at it. Would love to see that.
Yeah.
Some people made the argument for Mandy Rose returning. Would I mind seeing that?
I
would be cool.
That would be nice.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, I would be down for that.
It's something different. Jordan,
and then you got
even Jordan Grace. I know her contract is up soon. Jordan Grace and Liv Morgan.
Yeah, she'll be back in 2025.
Yeah, that'd
So
be good.
it's like you have options right now if you want to bring some high profile people back in, but you're not really pulling the trigger on it. You want to
And you
keep
know,
going with the same storyline, and it's like, in my personal opinion, I love the feud at first, but now I feel like it's kind of reached its course. If this is going to be the
Yeah.
match you want to go for Mania, put
Please,
a pause on
no.
it for now. Put a pause on it for now, and then revisit it.
hey Leo, and you know that Alexa Bliss is supposed to be coming back in 2025 too.
Oh,
So
yeah, that
hey,
Alexa
would be
Bliss and
good
Liv
for her to
Morgan.
feud with
No,
her.
so you
it's plenty
so
of
Alexa
people
Bliss
because I
so
think
Alexa Bliss could be
And
you
Oscar,
know the one to
too.
win the
yeah,
Royal Rumble.
Is coming back,
Alexa Bliss
too.
could win it. Go ahead, Shay.
Um,
Shay.
But they have options; they just have to use it.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Just don't
Because
have no legend win the win the Rumble.
But here's the
No,
thing, and this
legends
is
don't
my
need to win the
problem.
Rumble. But
This is my
they're
problem.
gonna have legends in the Rumble. They just don't need to win it.
Here's
That's
my
what I'm
problem.
saying. They don't need to have him win it.
The thing I have a problem with when it comes to the Royal Rumble, yes, it is a big event, but my problem is the people that they pick to win. People who've already been to the top of the mountain many, many times.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
seen, look, since we've had the Royal Rumble be introduced, the only time I feel like they have actually used it to elevate somebody was the first person, that was Asuka. But what did they do with it? They fumbled the bag and she lost.
so
What did they
did
do next year?
fumble.
What happened? What happened the next year?
Sasuke
Becky Lynch won.
Nakamura.
Becky Lynch won. What happened the next
Yeah.
year in 2020? Charlotte Flair won. What happened in
Woo!
2021? Bianca Belair. The only time they made a star, Bianca. Then what happened in 2022? Ronda Rousey. Nobody asked
Yeah.
for that. What happened
No,
the
Hey,
next year?
Nobody wanted
Rhea
that.
Ripley. It's
hey
always the
Leo.
dominant women that are the ones getting the opportunity to win the Royal Rumble. Why can't it be an underdog story? Why can't we have somebody that is a rehash of like Rey Mysterio from 2006? He
Hey
is a
Leo.
smaller competitor.
Something different.
So Little Big Man made a good point. He said something about Shinsuke Nakamura when
What?
Where is
Shinsuke
I think
when
him
he
and
won
Oscar won in the same year.
when he won
I
he
think
won
that was
and
the same
then
year Oscar won, right? I think
But
Oscar and
Yeah.
that
Cisco
was
was
the
the
same
ones who
year
won the
Oscar
Rumble.
won. But
Yeah,
and
the
they
thing
didn't do nothing
is,
with it. They didn't do nothing with it.
both of
Like
them
Nothing.
lost.
to
and
be
it's
honest,
like the thing is with the Royal Rumble, it's supposed to be about making a new star or elevating a new star, not giving the same people over and over. We've seen in title pictures every single pay-per-view almost the Royal Rumble victory. What is that doing for everybody else? Are you making a new
You,
star out of that? No.
that's
so
true.
No.
so they say Shinsuke Nakamura is coming back um next year in January
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because
when it comes
he's doing a New Japan, some type of Japan tour right now
yeah
with some
yeah.
with the
So he's
company.
coming back in January when Raw goes to Netflix.
He's
So
on
I think
SmackDown though.
well that's just a report I've
They
seen.
they we had this discussion on another one of the past videos we did, and Shane said the same thing that the Royal Rumble is basically supposed to be about building new stars, and yet they
Right.
just use it. They use it for they already, like Leo said and Shane said, for their existing stars, but it's supposed to be about somebody brand new winning to become that next star. It's about that next person that obviously is on their way to being that next star, like Brian Breaker, for example. He should be the
He'll be
person to
good
win
to
the.
be. Yeah, he should
He
win.
should be
Yep.
the
So
person to win the Rumble
so
Hey,
what
because
if
he's the new
so,
Jey
star.
Uso. He needs. I
Jay
think Jey Uso is
Uso.
winning. Jey Uso can
Yeah,
win it next
Jason,
year.
my man.
so
Like,
so what if they would have put had Solo win the Royal Rumble?
heck
See,
no.
I wouldn't be sad about Solo because I think he probably will start winning. If he start winning after Survivor Series, then yeah, get him to
Like
win
like
next
when
year.
Even
he first
Jacob.
like
Or Jacob.
when Solo first came to the main roster, if they would have let him win the Royal Rumble when he first came,
Oh yeah,
then
That would have
definitely.
it would
changed
have
the
been
trajectory.
believable. But now it ain't believable.
The thing
It
is, and
ain't
here's the thing,
believable.
and if you go back to like the recent Rumbles and you look at the people that people wanted to win, I think from 2021 up until this past year, this current year, the one that's been everybody's bucket list to win is Liv Morgan every single year. Always in the top 5 people that they want to see win. What happened in the past two? She literally make it to the final two just to get eliminated by the winner.
Mm-hmm.
That's
She
true.
gets eliminated by Bailey in this year's Rumble, a 4 horsewoman. What happened in the other one? Rhea Ripley wins it. So she's always getting outdone by the bigger stars, and when you should be giving her the victories, which would have pretty much had her well on our way to being a big star at this point already. Like, I feel like we're just now making her a star when she should have been a star a year or 2 years ago.
I think that,
Yep.
and the reason why you say that is because they just now giving her dues for all of that, for all
And she's
everything
been
that
here
you
for
just
10
mentioned.
years.
Everything that you just mentioned, it feel like you're now just giving her just dues for
And
all
it's
that. Like
sad.
now you're rewarding her because you didn't let her win the Rumble, because you didn't let her win this,
The
because
chamber.
you didn't let her win that. Now you're giving her the title, and now you're giving her a decent run with the title.
And
Right.
another female that I'll say should win the Rumble. I don't like her, but it'll help her. Is Dakota Kai.
Now the thing is with Dakota Kai, I would love to see that, but I think she would have to be a babyface because I think some of her best work is when she's a babyface too, because she can have that underdog story, and I think people can get behind that. I know it's some people I've recently came in contact with about people they would love to see win the Rumble. Some people even made an argument for Zelina Vega. Now Zelina Vega, I mean, she's been getting on TV more. I think she's kind of in the situation Liv was in a couple years ago, where she was the shorter competitor. People look at her and she can have that underdog story where she can go up against somebody a bigger opponent than her and probably win, which I don't mind at all. But I just think at the same time you have to build to that. I don't think you just give her the win just to have a
No.
shocking pick. Like, you have to build that up. You have to get the fans behind her or the idea of her winning. Don't just give it to the fans just because, oh, we gave you a swerve that you didn't see coming. No, we don't care.
Shoot.
Because if you do that, yeah, it's a swerve, but are we going to really care? Are we going to really get behind the story that they're trying to tell with her going up against a champion? The idea of her winning the championship at Mania. The idea of her being a WrestleMania high caliber main eventer. That's the idea
Even
that you have to sell.
to
If
even
you can't
Shayna Baszler.
sell, then that's not going to happen. Shayna Baszler, she should have won in 2020, and I was there, and I was counting for her. Before
Her and some of her crew should be.
You was at the WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble?
I was at Royal Rumble 2020. So I was at the one where Edge came back after a couple years, where Drew won, the one where Charlotte won. Unfortunately, I was clamoring to see Shayna Baszler coming up and actually having a big statement and a big impact on the main roster.
Yes.
For her to literally get eliminated by Charlotte for one. For her to go on to choose the NXT Women's Championship and do no favors for the NXT division or the Women's division at all.
Yeah,
but then the fact that you literally have her go through the entire Elimination Chamber, obliterate every single body in that chamber match, and you still fumble.
And that was like the best work you did with Shayna. Like she was the believable person to win the rest of. Once she went through that chamber and obliterated everybody, and then she was the number one contender. It was so believable that she was gonna win at WrestleMania, and she didn't. I'm like,
and what's the sad part? Becky wanted to lose it to her, but you know why she didn't win? Vince didn't want Becky losing it to her.
Yeah, he didn't want Becky losing to Shayna Baszler.
See, Vince should have got put out of office a couple years ago. Because I feel like WWE would have probably put Shayna Baszler, and she would have been
12 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's why I said Shinsuke Nakamura, Shayna Baszler, and Asuka are Vince McMahon's fumbles. That's some of his worst fumbles.
Some of the fumbles. If you want to be honest, if this would happen years and years ago, I'm pretty sure one, we would have the undisputed era on WWE right now. We would not be having this conversation. Chris Jericho probably would still be in the company because he said the only reason why he left is because Vince McMahon decided to change the plans of having him and Kevin Owens be the main event of WrestleMania for the Universal Championship to make it the second match for the United States Championship. He left because of that very reason. Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, he would have stayed.
Oh, definitely.
So you're telling me if we would have got this years and years ago, who's to say that AEW would not be as big as it is now? Right. They would not have the star power that they have right now.
It probably wouldn't even be a thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a thing because they wouldn't have a star. None of the wrestlers that he got would want to go over there.
No.
Keith Lee would still be in the
Keith Lee would
WWE.
still be there.
Oh, Keith Lee would be a champion.
Miro.
Keith Lee
Yeah,
would
he
have
was
on his way back currently.
Buddy Matthews.
been a world champion or the WWE
Aleister
champion
Black.
right now.
Here's the crazy thing, and I like the fact because Aleister Black, right? Even though he did not win the Royal Rumble 2020, but guess who was clamoring for him too? Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was literally trying to get in Vince's ear to put the Royal Rumble victory on Aleister Black and have Aleister Black versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. You cannot tell me that match would not have been good if they would have pulled the trigger on that. Aleister Black in his prime, just you hitting a Brock Lesnar with the black mask. Of course, I would have been okay with that.
Oh yeah.
Knocking him out left and right. Of course, I would like to see that. As long as you don't pull a swerve and you have the same situation that happened with him and Lars Sullivan, where Lars Sullivan was non-existent, he didn't even sell it.
Yeah.
Shoot.
We don't gotta worry about Lars Sullivan no more.
No, he's in the same cell as Vince McMahon and P. Diddy right now. They all.
Well, getting back to the show here. What I was referenced before was what made me mad about the Carmelo and Andrade. Was that we got a backstage segment before we get to the second match, which is LA Knight walking backstage, and he's being confronted by Nick Aldis. Now, I want to point to everybody that I don't know if everybody caught that, but this is kind of like a heelish thing for LA Knight.
Yeah.
Usually, this is only Nick Aldis only talked to, or any general manager ever only talk to the heels this way and do the heels like this. And what I'm saying is, he basically told LA Knight, because of your actions, because of what you did. I like how LA Knight said that this was on Nick because I told you I didn't want to be out there and do this anyway. But
Right.
he basically said that since what LA Knight did, that at Crown Jewel it will be LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes and Andrade for the United States Championship. And when he said that, I'm like, well, you made this whole 7-game series pointless because we never find out. Because for one, we don't know who's better between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Two, you're kind of treating LA Knight like a heel now because you had him do something. You had him do something kind of heelish, but then you cemented it by having Nick Aldis talk to him like a heel. And either you're trying to make Nick Aldis a heel or you're trying to make LA Knight a heel. But
I don't know about that, but I can see where you're coming from because it did look like he was kind of healing it up. But
yeah,
at the same time, they've been making everybody feel like a heel. I mean, even though Andrade is supposed to be the face with him and Carmelo, they've been making Andrade feel more of like a heel too. Just because
they made him feel like a heel.
So it's like, who do I really root for in this feud? But I feel like for the sake of the feud, they kind of have been, I wouldn't say like them a heel, but more of like faces, but have an edge to them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's it. If they faces with an edge. So before I move it on, I already asked Shay about this. Did y'all notice that the United States Championship is different?
I did see that, but I think he's only putting a spin on it for just the sake for him, like the LA Knight. Because could you imagine anybody else holding that title with the LA Knight signs on there? I don't think that's gonna be a mainstay. I think that's really just for his character, and then maybe when someone else like Carmelo wins it or something like that, then maybe they'll change the design back to.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I told Shay. I think it's just only for LA Knight, but I think that's a good way to kind of spice up the people who have championships. I think they also put their own spin on it. Like it also fit the person that's holding it. Like if for LA, like we know we got the little LA stitching everywhere on the belt, even around the side plates and stuff like that. I think that would be a very good thing for anybody holding not just the United States Championship, but the World Championship, even the WWE Championship. Like I feel like
the tag title.
I think everybody that's holding titles to have like something that makes it theirs, other than the side plate. But moving on. Now, I just wanted to see if anybody noticed that LA Knight's title was different.
Yeah, I've seen
Uh,
that.
that's why I got in the title, new champs, a new title, and a new title, because it's kind of a new title. I want it because I bet you they're gonna sell that version on the shop anyway. But the second match of the night is
Yeah.
Candice LeRae versus Naomi, which was a pretty good match. And I'm liking the little slight, I call it a little slight push for Candice LeRae. It's like a little push for her. They kind of presenting her in more of a good manner than they have in the past.
Yeah, in years past. It's crazy to say that
Her win the speed title. Crazy, yeah.
It's crazy to say that. It's crazy to say that her win the speed title actually led to her getting on television. Because before,
that's crazy.
Right.
Like she won the speed championship and she got on TV.
But like, I think what's about to happen is they already kind of set it up, right? I think what you said, they're gonna have Tiffany become a face, but I think this is going to be the catalyst for that because now Nia can be waltzing around with Candice, and that's gonna probably make Tiffany feel some type of way, and it might get to a situation where it looks like maybe if we do see a crown jewel where it looks like maybe Tiffany might try to cash it on Nia, you could just have like Candice come out there and screw up the cash in so it doesn't happen. And then there you already got that out the way, and you have a story coming out of Crown Jewel now with Tiffany as a face, because I think they're still going to be setting up like Nia and Charlotte, and I think when you do that, that's when I can see Tiffany getting involved with that and then cashing to become champion, because we need that view first.
True. But then we also got Nia and Naomi. We about to they got to set that match first before anything, because she's technically the next number one contender.
Yeah.
So it's like we got to get Nia and Naomi. Then we probably get Charlotte. Oh my god, just go away, Charlotte. But anyway,
don't come back to the main event.
Yeah, just go away from the main event scene. But we got Candice right here. Like I said, I'm glad she's getting her little push, as you will. They presented her in a good light. I mean, she got a lot of offense in on Naomi. They made Naomi look good here too. They starting to get some sign of Naomi. I'm like, this is all I asked for when it came to Naomi. Treat her like the champion she was coming from NXT, like you would do Jordan Grace, like you would do anybody coming from NXT, TNA. Like, you know, I want them to treat her like she's the champion she is, and that's what they kind of doing now. So I like that. I like that Indy Hartwell is getting some shine. So I'm like, okay. Even though I could have sworn Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae were Raw superstars.
No, they got moved over with DIY and with Smackdown.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, they moved over. Yeah.
Confused on that. I'm like, when are they on Raw down the last?
I
forgot it's crazy. Not only were they tag team champions in NXT, but people seem to forget that Indy Hartwell was NXT Women's Champion at one point.
They don't present her like that no more. Like
they don't. She's just a sidekick at this point.
Right.
And you did like when she came to the main roster after she won the NXT championship, you kind of was going that direction, but then you dropped it. Now it's like you don't present her like that at all. Like she's a former, she's a champion too. Like, but anywho, and that's the role she played here. She played the sidekick role here, getting some involvement into the match. That's where Braun got Bailey. But Naomi will get the victory here over again Candice LeRae. And like I said, I like how they I like that Bailey, for one, I give her credit to that. She is basically taking a side and letting Naomi and everybody else get a sign. Like, it's really not about Bailey at this moment. So I give Bailey credit for that. I give WWE credit for that. They I
don't know.
She's there, but she's not the main focus, which that needs to be like that. So Bailey is
for all the big name stars. Everybody
of the four horsewomen is established at this point. So
no more title matches for you.
Yo.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying I like that. When I think about
my bad, y'all.
Chris always got something going on in the background, man.
I know. Today was a
Hey,
long
hey,
day.
hey, at least he here.
Right. But
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, so I
Yeah,
like
today
that.
was a
I like
very
that
long day.
when I look at this feud with Nia and Naomi, it's not about Bailey and Nia. It really is about Naomi and Nia, and just everybody else is just playing a role in this build up to Naomi and Nia. So I will give WWE credit for that. Bailey is taking a back seat to everybody. So hopefully this is like something that they could use going forward when it comes to the main stars. Let's start building up new people, and then we could get back to them. Let's build up these new people first. Then let's get back to Bailey and Becky and Charlotte and all of them. So that way,
Yo,
it's a lot of competition instead of just focusing on them and not building nobody else up.
so what would y'all think? What would y'all think if after Nia and Naomi had their little feud, they became a tag team and they
If
won the
they're
tag
healed,
title?
if they're heels,
Huh?
yes. If they're heels, yes, because
Who?
they are part of the bloodline.
Nia,
They are
we talking about
family.
Nia and Naomi. What
Oh
if they
yeah,
They
if
are
become
they
family,
heels, yeah,
a
that
tag
if they
team?
heels and a part of the bloodline.
and if they're and since they're family, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to do this years ago with Nia and Tamina
Because
because they
because
paired them
there's
up.
because I say that because there's rumors saying that Nia wants to join the bloodline, and then you got Naomi. So they were talking about they could be the women's tag team champions.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah, because they're gonna drop it sooner or later. Bianca and Jade are gonna drop it sooner or later. So might as well
It's
do.
more like later, but yeah, they're gonna drop
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
I'm
Yeah,
already
dropping.
kind of thinking that's going to be the case, like come Crown
I
Jewel
before
say,
in a
I
big
WrestleMania.
say,
way. But
I say after the Rumble. I say they probably drop
Hey,
it after the
hey,
Rumble.
yo, I found it real crazy of how Jade and Bianca was excited about a fatal 4-way match.
yeah, if it was me, I'd be scared for my life because now my title's online. I don't even get pinned
But
for it.
then
Yep.
again, you gotta remember that works out because technically speaking, other than Nia, nobody's really stronger than Bailey, than Bianca and Jade. So I can understand why they'd be
Um,
excited because they can still run. They can run the gauntlet on everybody that's in that match except for Piper. Everybody except for Piper is basically lethal to them.
I'm
Hey,
crying.
how would you
mhm.
guys feel about this? Now I know this is probably not going to happen, but if Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson actually won, because
I'll be all for that because I
since
like that little
because here's the
energy.
thing. Here's the one thing. Here's the one thing. Here's the crazy thing. So that it's surprising to me that they merged the women's tag team titles in the NXT women's tag team titles. They should have kept those separately.
Oh
But
yeah, they
since they
definitely
have
should have kept
merged
it
them,
separate.
since they have
I've been
merged
saying
them,
that for months.
since they have merged them, it's mainly just been on Raw and SmackDown. People have been winning it on Raw, people winning it on SmackDown. But we have yet to see any team in NXT get their hands on the women's tag team titles being part of the NXT brand. This could be the first of actually doing that. And the fact that you have an opportunity to do that, and they've been actually featuring them week after week for the past few weeks, and you've been giving Lash Legend a big showing, I would not see a bad idea with them putting the titles on them, especially right now, because I think regardless of how you put it, you can have like Jade and Bianca lose, then maybe they build themselves back up as a team, get another big win, try to get the titles back again, and they lose, and then there you can have one of them turn, and you could set things up for the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds way better
But you,
than what I thought.
but then you gotta take this into account, though, Leo. You gotta take this into account that it's a long time to build that story. And you want the thing about story, no matter what business you in, is about keeping the viewers' interest. So in that regard, you don't want to stretch things out too far, and you don't
You
want
can
to do
start in
anything
January. You can
too
start in
early.
January.
Yeah, start at the Rumble or something. You can start in
Yeah.
January,
So
once
like
but
that's why I'm saying like I'm all for Last Legend and them becoming tag team champions,
Oh
but I
yeah.
don't think nobody should take the titles off of Bianca and them until the road of WrestleMania, so we could start the Bianca Jade feud and get the Bianca Jade match that we all been wanting in the seat.
I mean, they've been doing a lot of these feuds where they've been stretching out. Like, look what they're doing with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. They've been dragging this out for so long to the point.
So long.
Like, at this point, you need to turn Austin Theory face. Like,
why
are you waiting?
Turn Grayson Waller face because Austin Theory.
No.
Austin
Theory, yes.
Theory. No, here's the thing. Austin Theory, if you look at his stuff when he's just interacting with the fans or just being on social media, he's a very, like, genuine, lovable person. People can get engaged with that, and I think him as a babyface makes way more sense than Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller just has a face that looks like you want to punch over and over.
Oh no! I agree with that. I agree that Grayson Waller should be the heel. But the thing is, I just don't. I get he might be. And I'm not saying he's not a decent person, but his character just don't work for me. Like I just don't. It don't work. Like they don't know how to make great Austin Theory work. And seeing him turn babyface is not going to make me like him even more. Because I don't like him right now as a heel because his heel character is born.
Look what happened.
It don't work for me.
It's the booking. I mean, you had.
Go back to NXT.
Go back to NXT, and when he was with The Way, you can see his true personality shining throughout the character because he just was being funny. He's being goofy, and people can like that. But he can also still, at the same time, go up against anybody at any given moment and not care. I need a character like that from Austin Theory. He can do the jokes. He can be funny, do the little poses, or whatever he wants to do. But at the same time, he's not scared to step up to anybody if they get in his face and try to do him wrong. He's not scared of that. Go and look what happened in NXT. Look at the presentation of Karrion Kross back in NXT. People were afraid of him. And who was the one person that stepped up to him and didn't care? Austin Theory was. He was the one person that stepped up to him and didn't care. Yes, was he still technically a heel? Yes, but for that feud that they did, he was a face, and people were buying into the idea of him continuing as a face. People were even clamoring to see him win the NXT Championship in NXT. People were clamoring for him to win the North American title, but they didn't. And when he came to the main roster, they fast-tracked him way too soon to the main event, and that's why he's been unable to recover. Yes, they've been given opportunities. He did beat John Cena. That's a big victory. Don't get me wrong. But the follow-up that they did with that was not the best.
Garbage.
Oh yeah, that was a garbage follow-up for Austin.
Yeah.
No. You let John Cena, who everybody claims don't put people over, he put Austin Theory over by letting him beat him, or by them looking to beat him, and it did not work. That follow-up.
He obliterated him on the microphone. That's what people gave up on him.
Yeah,
so
he
obliterated him.
John Cena tore him up on the mic.
He tore him a new hole on live television.
And I'm just happened. Like, oh no, that's not how you do that, son.
The fact he said, "I'd rather be bald than have people pipe in fake crowd noise because nobody cares."
Hey, can you hear me?
No, we can't hear you because you muted. Chris, we heard you. Oh,
I'm crying.
All right, so as you did, I think he's about to go watch Collision, AEW Collision.
Turn your mic up.
Turn the mic up.
No.
Now it's just playing. All right, so as he was mentioning the thing with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, it says here in a recent backstage Q&A, Russell Votes reported there are no plans to separate A-Town Down Under anytime soon. However, the storyline could be revisited if something significant arises that warrants a breakup. So, no time soon.
I mean, I figured that much, but I was just saying, like, on the situation where we get to breaking up, the only reason why I choose Grayson Waller, because I'm like, Austin Theory is just not working for me, but he made a good point. It's because of the booking after he beat John Cena, the booking for him was atrocious. So it was just like, at this, and then John Cena destroyed them on the mic, so everything just not working now for him. So they gotta try to figure out some way to make him connect, or maybe he does connect. He just don't connect with me. But
Shoot,
getting back on
I
track
don't like
here,
him. I don't like him at all, so it don't matter to me one way or the other.
get back on track here. We're gonna let Chris go, and talk about this match of Candice LeRae versus Naomi. Chris, you with us? Buddy El Pal.
Chris, he
All
said,
right.
hold
Well,
on a
then,
second.
go ahead, Jeff. You tell me what you thought about that Candice LeRae versus Naomi.
It was only good because I got to see Naomi in the in
Sorry,
the
y'all.
ring. In the ring, like that. What's on with Naomi? To be honest, like I'm glad they're actually trying to push her. They should have done it a long time ago, but hey, then now is the perfect time because they can. What? How many more months we got till WrestleMania?
Oh,
Uh,
And
we
they,
got burned because
like
WrestleMania
6?
this,
Is it 6?
yeah,
and remember this time, WrestleMania is not at the beginning of April. It's almost at the end of April this time.
yeah,
So
but
we got a minute before WrestleMania hits, and
but
then
yeah,
ain't no
they're
pay-per-view. Like once we get after, I think once after the Elimination Chamber, we don't got no pay-per-view, and we gotta wait till almost the end of April for WrestleMania. Like that's gonna be a while before we can see a pay-per-view. It's a long
Hmm.
time to build up some feuds.
right, exactly, and that's why I said I'm glad they're actually, building her up now to be this be this person that they want her to be, because like soon as WrestleMania comes, she'll already have her opponent who she's gonna face, and I'm hoping she's gonna be in that title picture at
Now,
WrestleMania.
granted, remember now we all talking, but we don't realize this all could be shaken up if the rumors are true that we're getting a draft in January or or sometime in February before the Royal Rumble. This all could be all our stories and our predictions about how WrestleMania gonna shape out to be could be wrong because we don't know if they're gonna do this draft or not. Now, if they do the draft, we gonna see some whole new storylines that we didn't think was gonna happen.
So, so I got
I
some
say,
WrestleMania. Hey, when can
go
I
ahead.
share my WrestleMania predictions?
It's a little. I mean, it's a little soon for WrestleMania predictions. Like I said, we don't
It's
know
a
Well,
what's
little
just
gonna
too
be
well,
the
early.
just
draft
just some guesses of matches I
because
want to see.
I say when you want to share your predictions, I say wait until. Yeah, I don't say wait until the Rumble. Like when we get closer to Rumble to see how that season is going to shape up. I say that'd be if you want to do some early prediction, that'd be the good time to do it because then you could get a clear picture of where that might be going.
Yeah. Okay. But I just still want to guess.
I mean, the one thing we can say, at least for right now, I believe Liv Morgan will be defending the title at WrestleMania because she's on the WrestleMania poster.
It's
I,
gonna
f-
be,
I, re- I, re-
of course we
I
know it's gonna be Roman and Rock.
Yeah, so
yeah, and of
if
course,
it's gonna be
we
Roman and
know
Rock.
Charlotte. Of course, we know Charlotte probably gonna face Tiffany,
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry, probably gonna face Tiffany. Yeah,
and
So
I don't think Nia makes it to
maybe
I don't think Nia makes it to WrestleMania as champion.
nah.
Gunther versus Goldberg.
That's another one.
Either that or Brock,
No,
because it is
Gunther
rumored
versus
C-
that when
Brock.
it is rumored though that
CM Punk
Brock
versus
comes back.
Rollins for the maybe if CM Punk gets the title and
Nah,
goes in there.
I think I think
It's
that
guessing.
Brock. I mean, if yeah, because but then you got to realize Gunther is not losing until WrestleMania, or he
Yeah.
might go if it's Brock Lesnar, he's going
Brock Lesnar
at
gonna beat him.
WrestleMania. Because I
Yeah,
think
Brock
Brock
Lesnar
Lesnar
gonna
and
beat
that's
him.
what they said when Brock Lesnar come back is just for his retirement match. So I think if it is Gunther and Brock at WrestleMania, Brock is putting over Gunther and maybe he loses at Backlash. But if it's anybody other than Brock, Gunther is losing
Or
at WrestleMania.
Goldberg.
No, Gunther. If it's Brock or Goldberg, they putting over Gunther. Because Goldberg's only want to come back for his retirement match too. So they basically
Which could be at Mania.
Yeah, Brock and Goldberg are basically trying to do their retirement matches.
Gotcha. But yeah, I'm still gonna just take my guess and say CM Punk versus Rollins for the world title. I'm sorry, man. I'm just guessing. Maybe maybe Cena and Drew. Maybe, I don't know.
Cena and Drew.
I'm guessing.
That's a weird.
Yeah.
Batista come back.
It needs. I swear, it neast to be.
Randy.
If you're taking a title off of Gunther, at least let that have been John Cena who takes the title off of Gunther, and then maybe CM Punk gets John Cena for it, and then we get Seth Rollins versus CM Punk for the title. But John Cena needs to be the one who takes the world title off of somebody, so he could break the record before he retires.
Cody.
So he
no, that's Randy. No, that's Randy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, when you take the title off of Gunther, it actually kind of hurts Gunther because you're not even letting Gunther be champion when it comes to WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the reason why I'm like, I wouldn't do that though, because like Gunther needs to either be the champion going into WrestleMania, defending it against somebody. Like he needs to defend it against either Brock, Goldberg, or John Cena. And if it's John Cena, you let John Cena win.
Or an Undertaker come back.
Definitely not.
No, trust me, I love Undertaker.
Yeah, are we?
Well, they keep talking about he coming back though. People keep saying that he might come back.
He keep talking about he's coming back.
Oh no, he's gonna come back. But I'm not saying he's not coming back. But no. Like the whole Vince McMahon ruined that whole mystique. Because I still stand on this to this day that you should have let Undertaker stay undefeated until he was ready to retire. And
who should have been that person?
He should
Roman
have gave that undefeated streak to somebody
Roman.
Like Braun Breaker. He could have gave that undefeated streak to Braun Breaker.
Or he could have gave it to Damian Priest. He could have passed the torch to Damian Priest and said,
we know it was supposed to be Bray Wyatt.
But he did pass the torch to Bray Wyatt because remember when he went in the ring with Braun Breaker that time? And it was Bray Wyatt. He passed
it Bray Wyatt, but now I think he's kind of passing into Braun Breaker. But it was Bray Wyatt at first.
Yeah.
But
next one.
Go ahead, Chris. What did you think about the Candice LeRae versus Naomi match?
It definitely seems like Candice LeRae is actually stepping up. Because compared to her match she had last week, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then we see her tonight. It seems like she's been working a lot in the ring, I can tell, compared to like how she was before, when she was like in NXT. So I feel like it was a cool match, I would have to say the least. But after what was her name? Indy Hartwell, yeah. After Indy Hartwell interfered last time, and it's only right just to see Bayley to come right down there. Yeah,
that was lovely seeing Bayley too. I love what she had on.
All right. Oh yeah, Jeff, you're something else. You're something else, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like seeing Naomi.
Oh man, I was happy to see both Naomi and
Well, when Naomi did that split, I'm just like, boy, that Matt could have been me.
Jimmy is a lucky man.
Hey, Chris, you hear me? That Matt could have been me.
Yeah.
All right, next subject.
Yeah, next subject. We ain't got a little off kilter here.
Hey, real quick. What do y'all think about a Mania match between these two people? I'm just guessing. Uncle Howdy and Dominic Mysterio.
Hell
Ooh, no.
Hell no.
No. Not. I want. The only reason why I say no is because I need more from WWE and Dominic Mysterio before putting him in that type of match with Uncle Howdy. Like,
One more.
In that case, I'd rather see Uncle Howdy and Karrion Kross at Mania than
Braun
Dominic
Strowman and Uncle Howdy.
Braun Strowman.
Hey,
like,
wait. One more.
like that.
One more. Jacob Fatu and Solo versus the Usos in a tag match.
No.
Yeah, that'd be that.
No?
Not for
because Jay
WrestleMania.
don't need
No,
to be in the
No?
tag team.
not
Jay,
for
this
WrestleMania.
should be
No.
this would be
No,
year
they
of
have-
Jay's solo run. Jay do not need to be in the
Yeah.
tag team. I would like because really, if you go back after all this, if you go back and put Jay back as a tag team with Jimmy, then
Do
I would
it.
start watching
it's going to
WWE.
be at Crown Jewel.
I mean,
That
I
match is
understand
gonna be at Crown
that.
Jewel.
That I understand.
Yeah, it's gonna be
This
Roman and Jimmy.
Announced it on the dark match.
No, that I can understand that. Them at Crown Jewel or some, or at Survivor Series War Games, I'm down for that. But Jay, after that, after this whole bloodline thing, Jay needs to go back to being a singles competitor.
No. I'm tired
He
of this
do.
heat.
He really do.
I'm
He need to
tired
get
of
his
this heat and no heat.
Intercontinental back. That's what he need to do.
Uh-oh.
No.
Hey, hold on real quick, y'all. I think
my
the
boy gonna eat.
people outside to pick up this thing. Hold on.
All right. But yeah, I think Jay, after the whole bloodline thing, Jay needs to go back to being a singles competitor.
Definitely.
Because that's the whole point. What can Jimmy and Jay do as a tag team? They done all they could do as a tag team.
Yep.
Just like the New Day and Jimmy and Jay has the same problem now. They both have done everything possible they could do as a tag team. There's nothing else for them to do no more. It's time for New Day and the Usos to be like Jeff and Matt Hardy. They both need to go their separate ways and win singles titles. That's the next evolution for both teams.
They're not gonna.
So I mean, like, no, you can't. It's nothing you could tell me that will make sense for them to be tag teams again after they've done everything they possibly could as tag teams.
I think Jimmy needs to go forth and hey, let me get the United States. He needs to go start working.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After the whole bloodline thing is over with, after Survivor Series, let Jimmy focus on the United States Championship picture while Jay go back and get his Intercontinental Championship.
Yep, that's what he needs to do.
They need to be on their separate courses now.
Yep.
That's why, and just like Kofi and Xavier, the New Day has ran its course too. They need to go back. They all need to be separate singles competitors. They accomplished everything they could do as tag teams. There's nothing else for them to do. But Shay, what did you think about Candice versus Naomi?
I kind of like how they're starting to use more of the newer people now, because at first we just kept seeing the same people every week. So I'm kind of I was there when Candice won the first time, but we all knew that Indy Hart was going to do that. So that's why Bayley came out. But if Bayley didn't come out, we all know Naomi wouldn't have won. But it was a good match, for all. But hopefully they keep using Candice and Indy Hartwell and Davenport. They need to start using these people more because we haven't seen Davenport in so long. So hopefully,
it was just like a weird drop off for her because she was like, she was feuding with Naomi, and then it was just done. Unless she's injured, I don't know if she's injured or not.
No,
I don't think so.
Cause it was just like a weird drop off. She went from feuding with from Blair Davenport to feuding with Nia. So it was just a weird transition.
So
But
hopefully see them and more people.
yeah, I agree. So we move on to Cody Rhodes and his promo with Gunther. And actually, I went into this thinking it wasn't going to be too interesting, but Gunther and Cody made that promo. It actually made me more hyped than I was before to actually see this match because now because this promo to me was pretty good because and mostly because of Cody have to being able to play off of Gunther. So that's what made this promo by Cody good because I like how they started. They started with the interest itself. Cody Rhodes, like we only seen this happen to Roman, but now it's happening to Cody. Cody Rhodes is on the apron getting ready to do the second whoa, and all of a sudden Gunther music just come on. Gunther like, yeah, no, we're not about to take all this time for you to do your entrance and stuff. Now it's my entrance. And I like how Gunther tried to strip away and saying that for him, the reason why he wants to win the crown jewel or why he thinks he's going to win the crown jewel championship is because he's the best wrestler in the company and because he got guts. And somebody like Cody, and he explained why he thinks someone like Cody is a second-rate champion or second fiddle champion to him because Cody wants to do he wants the John Cena schedule. He wants to he wants to win the championship to solidify the legacy of the Dusty Rhodes and all this because he said he does all this because he knows without all of it he's nothing and that he's not doing this for himself. He was doing this to live up to other people's legacies. And like I like how he brought like when he brought like Cody Rhodes wanting the John Cena schedule, and then he said that I got the guts to tell them no because they Cody Rhodes said something about him not showing up for the pressers to do press events for what I think it was the Royal Rumble or the WrestleMania something they was doing, and he was like I could say no to that because I got guts. I got the guts to say no to that. I got the guts to say no to the boss, no to charities, and even no to these people. I'm like, Jesus, they really making you hate Gunther because I'm like, you saying no to charities, Gunther? You a prick. I'm like, how you gonna say no to the charities? But I like that Gunther is basically challenging Cody's character by saying that he keeps bringing people that's close to him in his situations and stuff like that. Saying that, you're doing this for your daughter and your family. But he wants him to admit that he's doing it for himself. But Cody then had a good point. He said, you tell me like, not to involve these people and everything about it, but as it wasn't for the people, he wouldn't be champion. So Cody's point was right too. How can he not involve the WWE universe if it wasn't for the WWE universe, he wouldn't be champion. Because they was about to go head steam with Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania until we said no. So they was like, well, we said no, so therefore now we gotta give this back to Cody. So yeah, Cody's right. Without them, none of this is possible. So he gotta put them in it. He gotta involve them in it. But I like how good he said it takes gut. He said we want to talk about guts. He said Guts is his whole career. Guts is the road less traveled. Guts, and I like how he said he also talked about how because he said Cody Rhodes was being dramatic, and he said, "Have you seen my family? Have you seen my brother? Dramatic is a hard MO." He said, but he like Gus is to end this civil conversation and take the first shot, and that started the brawl. I love that Ludwig Kaiser was there. Either Ludwig Kaiser and Randy Orton had a match in next week's episode, or they had a dark match. One or two things happened because both of them was in ring gear. In fact, you always see Randy Orton in ring gear. I don't think you ever saw Randy Orton in street clothes when he's not doing a match. He's always in ring gear. It's like that's a funny thing. I just noticed that. But yeah, so they started brawl. Ludwig Kaiser came out and held Gunther for a minute, but then Randy Orton ran both of them out to end that promo. Like I said, for me, it was a solid promo. I enjoyed it. I like the back and forth between the two. But Jeff, you tell me what you thought about Cody and the Gunther promo.
It was cool. They could have had more to it, but at the end of the day, it was still a good segment, a good promo, regardless. Um, I think Cody needs to have more attitude, like like Gunther, because to be honest, I don't think Cody is like the type of person that is worth winning that title, winning that crown jewel title. To be honest,
I
I
don't
still
think he's
say,
gonna win it anyway because with both him and Kevin Owens on the same program, I think that more likely now. I think Kevin's gonna cause Cody the match.
but I'm gonna say this: only way Cody's gonna win is if Goldberg is there to help Cody win,
Or Brock Lesnar.
or you have somebody like Roman, or you know
What?
you
I
got
wouldn't.
You got Randy.
I wouldn't. I mean, for right now, storyline wise, it'll make sense for either Kevin Owens to screw Cody, or it would make sense for Brock or Goldberg to screw over Gunther.
That's
Like,
true.
because if this was after Survivor Series, I would say Roman. But because this is before Survivor Series, Roman is still dealing with the bloodline, so he's not about to screw over Cody.
No, I'm talking about helping.
You talking about helping Cody win?
Yeah, like
Why would he help Cody beat Gunther?
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out people's names. Like, you know, I, but I'm saying like Goldberg or a Brock Lesnar. Those two for sure. Those two. And then Randy, of course, because Randy came out there to help him out um already. So I'm just like Randy could help him win. And then I don't know if we want to do a turn quite yet.
No,
Because,
I don't think we do the turn quite yet. Just because of the fact that you got both of them going against each other, it'd be so weird. So they go up against each other, have the fight, and then he just turns on Cody out of nowhere. No, we need to build up like how we did Kevin Owens to the turn. We need Randy's build up next. But like I said, I could totally see. I could see Kevin and Randy being involved in the match. I could see Kevin trying to come out, screwing Cody over, and then Randy coming out and chasing Kevin Owens away.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see that happening. But as of right now, it looks more likely that Kevin Owens is going to screw Cody Rhodes. Because for one, we do know, or at least it's rumored that Brock Lesnar is not returning anytime soon, and we don't know the situation contract wise with Goldberg.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet, at least. So we don't know. Them two are up in the air, but you definitely know that you definitely know they in the building. So
we know that Brock Lesnar's gonna come back. They say sometime in 2025, but we don't know like what pay-per-view he's gonna come back for, because he's gonna come back for return at some pay-per-view. Maybe it'd be the Royal Rumble. Enter yourself into the Royal Rumble.
yeah, it could be the Royal Rumble,
Or it could be at the Money in the Bank. He win the Money in the Bank briefcase, face Gunther, and win that title.
Well, now if the rumors is true that he trying to do his retirement match. If he try
Well,
to do his retirement match, then that would be another situation where you wasted the cash in again.
so who you think Brock Lesnar should face then for his
I
retirement
mean,
match
if
then?
I say it's good if he's going to retire, let him face Gunther at WrestleMania and let Gunther retire.
Or I
That's
would
what
say, I would say Roman.
the only people in WWE that would be perfect fit to retire Gunther. I mean, Brock Lesnar would be either Gunther, Roman, or John Cena.
I wouldn't
And
mind
John
seeing.
Cena,
I wouldn't
John
mind
Cena
seeing
is
the
the
match.
less of the two.
I wouldn't mind seeing him versus um Braun Strowman.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because that was yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but like you said, for the retirement match, like you said, it either got to be Roman, they got to be Gunther, or it got to be um
John
John
Cena.
Cena.
And we already seen Roman beat Brock, so it'll either Gunther would be the best choice because he could put Gunther over. Gunther could use, that push. This is the man that retired Brock Lesnar. He could use that. John Cena is already John Cena, and Roman Reigns is already Roman Reigns. So it's like again, it's nothing they could really do for them, but they would be the secondary choices if not Gunther. But Chris, what did you think about Cody's and Gunther's promo?
I actually thought it was very interesting. I would have to say the least. I thought it was just gonna be something boring, how when Cody comes out and talk. But I like I'm trying to remember what was said from Gunther. But anyways, what
He was trying to basically tell Cody Rhodes to be truthful, that it's not about his family or whatnot. Is he really want him to say it's about him, or that he don't have guts, and that to say no to like the managers and stuff about doing press events and all that type of stuff.
yeah. Now
he called Cody dramatic. I think he was saying like he was making it more dramatic than it needs to be.
yeah. But during that segment there, Gunther did speak a lot of facts, I would have to say the least. Just by him telling Cody he's always saying yes to everything, when Gunther when he just says, hey, no, and no means no. So I kind of agree, I agree with Gunther on that, because you can't always just tell people yes. So yeah, and that's how Cody is in his situation ship that he's in right now. But
remember too, Cody made a good point because Gunther said that he always bring because when you was alluding to, remember he was saying when he said that he was saying because Cody brings everybody into his situation, into his into his business, and he says yes to the fans. He brings the fans into it. He brings everybody into it. But remember, Cody said, "How can I not bring them into it? Where they the reason why I'm holding the championship?"
Well, that's
So I'm
true.
like, that's a good. I'm like, he got you there, Gunther. He wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us. Because The Rock would be here right now, or Roman Reigns would be here right now if it wasn't for us. We the reason why Cody is the champion. So technically,
But
can't leave us out of it.
but what if we did get a Gunther versus Roman for that title? Like,
You're talking about Roman with his still undefeated, being undefeated for 4 years? Yeah.
yeah,
Man,
I'm
that
saying
was a lot.
but what if we did get, like I said, what if we did get a Roman versus Gunther for
That would have
Crown
been
Jewel?
cool. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that was a long time, man. Like, God dang, I still cannot believe Roman was champion that dang long.
4 years.
Yeah, I'm like,
not surprised So
just to surpass some yesteryear champions.
I
He
mean,
didn't even make it to the top.
just imagine like one of us holding the belt that long, riding on the roads all night long, every night.
Technically, I've been champion for longer than Roman. I had this belt for 5 years. I had it for 5 years. I'm the longest reigning WWE champion right now, but I'm not in WWE, so it don't count.
Yeah,
hey, let me give
but
you RKO. Let me give you RKO real quick and take that belt from you.
but
Hey,
now
look,
the
Randy Orton did say if you could find me and come to my house and just beat me up and take the belt, that makes for a good program.
Yeah, it's gonna make for a good show.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to do that one day. We go live.
You go live, I'm
do a
just
little
sitting here
promo.
talking, and you just see it coming up behind me, and you're like, "Oh God, swap
RKO, or pick you
I'm
up
the
and
champ."
tombstone you.
Right, and then he'd be like, "I'm the champ now, just leave my house." I'm just like, "What the heck?" He just came and took
Bro,
the
I'm gonna be on the
title
ground.
from
I'm gonna be on the ground with you.
me.
After
that's
picking you up.
wow.
I ain't that strong.
Right. Shay, what did you think about this Cody Rhodes and Gunther promo?
It was pretty good. I had to sit up in my seat after what Cody been saying. I was like, oh. Cody did eat him up a little bit though. He got one up on Cody. I mean, Cody got one up on oh boy,
Gunther.
because let me tell you why. Right at the end, before he said, "You know who my family is," blah blah blah. We is dramatic, and it's just like Gunther trying to get under Cody's skin. I know what he be trying to do. Talking about he the best wrestler, all this type of thing.
Best wrestler in the world. No.
You didn't even beat
Well, he said
anybody,
in the company. He
Gunther.
didn't say the world. He said the company.
Well, the company, yeah.
In the company, you didn't beat nobody. The only person you beat fair square the second time is Randy. And then Damian Priest, but that don't count. Because we know Damian Priest was supposed to win that match. So you really didn't beat nobody. Cody beat a lot of people this year. Well, he fight a lot. So that's why I feel like what I say, like with the Gunther situation, I don't feel like he just trying to be funny. And it's just like, bruh, like there
And
ain't
he's
no time
not.
to kid. Yeah, it's not funny. He ain't no time to kid. Like you could kind of lose. He trying to underestimate Cody. You never know. Say if KO do come out, Rainey come out. Say if Goldberg just come out of nowhere and do what he do, Cody could win. Just to shut up Goldberg to say that hey, you're not the best, you're not the toughest, you're even if Brock Lesnar do come out, you never know. I don't believe the rumors because you know how that be. How half the rumor be lying. Just like they said Trish Stratus was coming back, and I ain't see that yet. So that's why I feel like half the rumors be not true, but you never know. Like you really don't know. And Gunther talking cash stuff. If Cody beat him, that'll be funny. I wouldn't put it past if Cody do beat him.
Yeah, I can see it. Like I said though, too, it's like remember this is just a Survivor. This is something I always say you should have did for Survivor Series anyway. But this is a match that really don't matter in terms of overall story, except setting up the actual still. They use this as a setup for the actual story. That's the part about it. About the most is going to matter is them setting up the next story, using this to set up Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. But other than that, this really is a competition between two champions. This is a Survivor Series like match. It's just taking place at Crown Jewel.
They should have did Survivor Series for real though. That would have been perfect.
But the only reason why I said they're not doing it because how Triple H did Survivor Series last year, I don't think they trying to do champions and versus champions and stuff no more at Survivor Series. I think they trying to return it back to how it used to be and way back where it was just like mostly just people defending the champions with defending their titles against their rivals while other teams went against each other for bragging rights. But I think that's what he's trying to do with. That's why he got the Survivor Series like match happening at Crown Jewel, where the Survivor Series because Gunther's going to be defending against a different person, probably Damian Priest. And Cody's going to be defending against Kevin Owens.
Right. That's true.
So that's what it looked like Triple H is trying to return it to. But with that being said, we got a backstage promo with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill when they finding out that they're going to be defending their tag team championships. We mentioned it earlier that they're going to be defending their tag team championships at Crown Jewel against Jakara and
Last Legend.
Damage Controls, Io Sky and Kyrie, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
Oh my God.
That was it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was all the things. Yeah.
The fatal four-way.
In a fatal four-way. And I'm like, you know what? I'm happy for that, because they actually really are pushing Jakara and Last Legend. So I don't mind that. And you know what? It could be a swerve too. Jakara and them could win at Crown Jewel. I'm not saying I wouldn't be against it, but I would like for them to actually be dominant with it. But therefore, it is to their benefit that it is putting people over with the belt. So they kind of doing what they need to do with that belt. So I'm like, either way, it's good. And it's actually a good thing that this is going to be on paper. It's a win-win. I just think that we should just leave this as it is and let them lose it at Mania around Royal Rumble time so we could build that matchup between the two. But either way, I'm happy that Jakara and Lash are getting this shine. Which again goes to my theory that they're about to get called up to the main roster very soon.
Yeah, in January.
If they do the draft in January, I can see Last Legend and Jakara being officially like on Raw or SmackDown. With that being said, we got the first of two different matches that happened at the same night. But we get the first one, which is the third match of the night: DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. The winners will be the number one contenders to the Bloodline, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa's WWE Tag Team Champions. And man, this was a good one by DIY. It's a little bit short, but this time the short match I get why it was short because of what they did for the main event. This time this is the rare times where you get a pass because I get it. I get why it was short. Plus, obviously they pre-taped next week's yesterday, so you had to do a whole different show in one night. So therefore, yada. But this was for what it was a good match. DIY really did take it to Motor City Machine Guns. I like that how they played up on Johnny Gargano's and what's the guy with the long hair? His name?
Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, you're talking about Chris Sabin?
Yeah, Chris Sabin.
Is that's the dude with the long hair? That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember they was playing up on. They had like mutual respect and like a friendship and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good.
They used to be a tag team.
Oh, okay.
Him and Johnny Gargano. I mean, not Johnny Gargano.
Alex Shelley.
Yeah, they tag team.
Okay. But
in the Indies.
It was a good match nonetheless with Motor City Machine Guns getting the victory and becoming the number one number one contenders. And DIY was teased a little bit of something. A little bit of something was teased for DIY. I think a little bit of a breakup because Tommaso Ciampa was not happy. And that's because I forgot
Super
to mention
Kid.
the Super Kid. I forgot to mention that the reason why he was not happy.
That damn Super Kid.
That's what led to DIY end up losing because he Super Kid Tommaso Ciampa, allowing allowing the Motor City Machine Guns to take advantage and get the victory. But their victory would be short-lived. And before I moved on to why that victory would be short-lived, I'm going to get y'all guys' thoughts about the actual match first, and then we're going to get to why this was a short-lived victory. Chris, what did you think about that match between DIY and Motor City Machine Guns?
I felt like it was actually a good match. I mean, it just makes me feel a little old now compared to when I used to watch TNA back in like
This
2007,
he said
2008,
he feels old. Chris, you're like what, 29,
8, but still,
28? You're
but still.
28. I'm about to be 35 next year. You're not old. You're not. You're not even in your 30s yet, bro.
I know it's coming slowly but
It's
surely.
coming. It's
But
creeping.
no, it just no, but like
He's
when you
creeping.
see the like when you see those guys, they still look exactly the same. Like when I've seen them when TNA had the regular octagon ring, um,
Mhm.
it was before it got called Impact Wrestling, but it was TNA Wrestling. It was the same time when Kurt Angle and Sting and them all was there, and they had X Vision, little X thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
so it was like when you look at I mean when you look at them then and you look at them now, he's like, dang, it was like they still look the same, but now they done made it to WWE after being in TNA for like what 20 years, I would say.
Yeah, it was
It's
in there for a
been
minute.
a yeah, been there a hot minute around the time with Homicide and Hernandez and yeah, yeah. But anyways, but yeah, they were definitely happy. They were definitely happy when they won the match. Now that tease thing, what I was, that you were alluding to, um, with with Tommaso Ciampa, he didn't look happy. Now a lot of people are wondering, is Tommaso Ciampa going heel?
Well, they did talk about it during the match. They said, "Did you forget what happened in this building? This is where Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano had a last man standing match because they couldn't stand each other." So
Oh yeah.
it's possible.
Yeah, I remember that. I also remember one time on NXT when he sent when Tommaso Ciampa sent Johnny Gargano head through the little LED board
Mm.
at one point too when it was I think it was like when it was the black and gold NXT when
Oh, okay.
When Tommaso Ciampa was the he was the black heart. I think it was the black heart. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
Well, yeah, they did.
hmm
They talked about it.
But
uh, Jeff.
That that match was all right. Um, I think yeah, it's time for DIY to break up again, like they did before. Um, I think they both got potential to be. Uh, I wouldn't say world champions yet, but at least United States champions down
Mm.
the line. But they're getting older, so I think it's time for them to get their singles push before they decide, oh, it's time to retire. Especially Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah,
oh,
especially
yeah,
Tomas.
for sure.
Like Tommaso Ciampa need at least one more singles run before he retires. A good singles run, because that last singles run he had, it was too short. Because they both got fired at one point, and then they left. I mean, they left and then they came back like not too long ago. Like, so I think, yeah, they need to just break up and have the singles run for a little while.
Mm. That's why I feel like yeah, they're gonna break up, but I'm like, it's a shame too, because they really never got to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish as a tag team. I mean, yeah,
Exactly.
they won the titles, but it was like they made them
Short lived.
transitional champions.
It was short lived.
It was short lived, so I feel like they deserve at least a good run with the tag titles before they break up. But then again, we might get them breaking up before we ever see them with the tag titles, especially what happened in the main event.
That's
But
just like Austin. That's just like Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. How their title run was short lived.
Yeah, well, at least they got an actual title run with it. They actually got a run with the titles instead of just being only having a week with them. They had it for a week and then lost it right to the bloodline. So,
well, yeah, that's true.
Shay, what do you think about that match?
The match, it was all right. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, the Motor City Machine Guns, but it was getting beat up at one point in the match.
Yeah,
And then I was like, hold on. I was like, yo, because I thought I was tripping. I know I saw Jimmy. It was his Jimmy and them was supposed to come out before that match. So I was like, hold on, is I'm tripping? Like I thought I saw that, but I guess they switched it. And I'm like, it's almost 8:45. When is they gonna win? I was like, it was like 8:30. It was close to 9. I mean, not 8:30. What I'm talking about, 9:30. It was close to what the time to go off. I'm like, what's going on? Like, and then it was getting I was like, okay, they're not gonna win, but then they actually won, so I was like, okay, that's cool.
yeah. Then like I said, the victory was short lived because after they beat DIY, the bloodline would come out right in the middle. They would interrupt the Motor City Machine Guns entrance music as they would come out to make their presence known. And it went to commercial break, and when we come back, if we was in the middle, because you could tell Nick Aldis and them was been talking for a bit, and Nick Aldis is basically saying that he's not gonna let them. It looked like they said it looked like they was kind of maybe got challenged, and Nick Aldis was kind of pissed about something, but you didn't know what it really was because you kind of came in right when they were talking. So uh basically they came out to they said we didn't come out here to do anything. We just want to introduce ourselves and welcome them. He said welcome to the WWE and welcome and we want you're now the no one contenders to the Bloodlines tag team titles. Congratulations. I did like Solo I did like Solo's little impact jab at them. He was like, y'all guys trying to make a impact. And they was like, they even had to laugh. They were like, yeah,
Hey,
we see what you did there. We see what you did there. Okay. Because we was in impact. Uh, but yeah, they basically was jaw jacking with each other until Motor Machine Guns made the claim that they will face them anytime, anywhere. You just let them know when, and that's what Soul said. Oh, okay, anytime, anywhere, huh? Anytime, anywhere. He said, "Well, since you're game and you're saying anytime, anywhere, how do you feel about tonight? How you feel right here, right now, tonight?" They say they was game. They said, you. Well, how about you, Tom and Tonga Low? How do y'all feel about it? They say they was game, but Nick Aldis wasn't having. He was like, no, they've been, they waited 20 years to get this opportunity. I waited 20 years for them to see them get this opportunity. I'm not going to let y'all take this opportunity from them when they less than 100%. But then they stop them and say, you know what? As you said, you know us for a long time. You know us very well that we ain't the type to step down from a challenge. And if they want to put their titles on the line right here, right now, against us, we'll take it. And he said that, and Nick always asks everybody that's what they want. So he made the match. He said, get a
crap.
referee out here. And before I get to that, that was the end of that promo after he said, get a referee out here. So before we get into the main event, which is obviously what was set up here in this promo, Chris, or you know what, Jeff, what do you think about that promo between the Bloodline and Motor City Machine Guns?
Um, that promo was actually good. Um, I'm glad that Solo's actually Solo's actually stepping up and talking and being the Solo he was when he was in NXT, getting the
Yeah,
mic.
I like that too. I noticed that. I'm like, oh, they got him like the NXT Solo now. He's talking a lot more.
But but at the end of the day, Solo still need to win some matches. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
but um but um a good thing is the bloodline don't have the titles anymore.
Hold on. We didn't get there yet.
Ah,
Jesus Christ, man. You jumped the whole gun.
but now, I like how Motor Machine Guns, they do their promos.
Yeah, I do too. I like that.
They're short and sweet and to the point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we need with WWE sometimes. Short and sweet and to the point.
But we can't win.
Especially with the tag team division.
Yeah,
But we
especially
can't
with
win.
them. They don't need to have long promos. Get short, sweet, to the point. Just give us a little bit to make us hype for the match, and then get to the point.
Hey Chris, we don't need nobody botching they promos.
Yeah. Don't give it to Barcelona. But Chris, go ahead. Tell me what you think about it.
That promo there. When Solo alluded to making an impact, I thought that was pretty funny. But I'm glad, I'm still glad that the Motor City Machine Guns are in WWE now, and I can't wait to see who will their future opponents be. I'm wondering if I don't really see any tag teams on SmackDown, but maybe Street Profits again or something like that. But then again, I don't know what's about to happen now with DIY, if they are going to try to go back, go out there again, because Motor City Machine Guns, they love fighting for championships. They love defending them as well. So can't wait to see who it will be. So yeah.
All right. Shay, what did you think about that Bloodline and Motor City Machine Guns promo?
I ain't gonna lie. It was good. I know Solo been doing good lately with this. I guess he saw what we was talking about him on Twitter or something.
It's like it's been like for the past 2 weeks, he's been good.
It's like them promo.
Triple H probably told him, your promos need to be good or you fired.
You gotta step it up. Yeah, it was.
I think they're booking him in a way where he could be more of the NXT Solo than what they made him out on the main roster.
Hallelujah, because they sound a little bit more believable now, I guess, after last couple of weeks. But when he said something about Impact, I'm like, that boy ain't had to say that, bro. But it was cool.
I'm still not gonna acknowledge him. I'm still not acknowledge.
Never.
He said, Brooklyn,
acknowledge
me.
But I'm still trying to get
acknowledge to our tribal chief.
You know what I still can't understand though? If he's trying to be a tribal chief, why hasn't he won any? Why haven't he won a championship yet?
Or a match?
Why
hasn't he won a match since John Cena?
That's more of a booking decision there, but we're not gonna get into that. But well, with that being said, we get into the main event, which is the second match for Motor City Machine Guns in one night. The main event of the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Bloodline of Tangaloa for the WWE Tag Team Championships.
Thanks to Solo.
It was a good one. It was a short one, but a good one.
Hey.
It was a short but good main event. And those usually don't go hand in hand, because a main event usually needs to be a little bit longer than what it was. But
like 5 minutes.
Obviously a 2 minute, you got a 2-hour show, and you didn't have much time left. But for the most part, they made it work to a point where I'm like, and you know what? It was short, but I was still entertained by it. But they got some offense in. They pretty much went back and forth, and then immediately as Shay was talking about beforehand, Jimmy finally comes out and super kicks Solo and Jacob Fatu. They would jump on Jimmy, but then all of a sudden, doom, the OTC.
People
Roman
went
will come out
screaming.
and help chase off Solo and Jacob Fatu. Then they will go back with the City Machine Guns and Tama Tonga Loa will go back. I think at this point, Tama Tonga was in the ring, and the dude with the short hair had him in the corner, and he was talking with the
Alex
ref.
Shelley.
You know,
Alex Shelley.
yeah,
Alex
Alex
Shelley.
Shelley. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Wait, hold on. Yeah. Wait. Which one you were talking about? So the one with the
Short
black hair,
The
short hair,
yeah,
the
one
black
with the
hair?
short hair. The one
short
with the
black
short
hair,
No,
with the
it's
cut
like
thing,
short.
or with
It's
the?
short. It's short brown. It's short brown. The one
Okay,
with the
that's
long
that
hair is
Chris.
black.
Okay,
That's
Yeah,
Chris.
Okay,
the one with
yeah.
the brown hair is Shelly. The one with the long hair.
No.
The one with the long hair is Shelly, and the other one is
Yeah,
the dude with the
It's Chris.
short hair.
Saban.
Saban,
Yeah, Chris
Saban, yeah.
Saban is the one with the short hair, and the one with the long hair is Shelly, because that's the one. Shelly is the one who got the history with Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
So but yeah, he had the dude with the what Chris Saban had Tama Tonga in the ropes, and as he was going for his move, Tama Tonga would move the referee into the way. That's when the referee gets knocked down, and they
That
like, you
referee.
know what? Yeah, we about to. He gets spine buster, and then they Tonga Loa will throw in some chairs. Say, yeah, we about to use the chairs. But all of a sudden, the crowd goes crazy, and they looking around like, what's going on? And you see another hooded figure, but this time we know who this hooded figure is. It's Jay Uso. Yeet. He comes in he super kissed Tonga Loa, and then he would super kick Tama Tonga and spear him, allowing Chris Saban and Shelly to hit their finisher on Tama Tonga. And now, as Jeff so eloquently put it, we got new WWE Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns. And man, I was like, okay, well, at least we finally got the titles off of that's what we needed. We needed these tag titles off of factions. But the show ends with Jay
We just need
standing
one
in
more
the
to be
ring. And then Jimmy will come back out, and we would get the hug of the two brothers.
They go Roman,
and then Roman would come out and just stare at them. And as they stare at Roman, Roman's not so look like he's not sold on it just yet. But what we know over you guys, we've seen a little bit of some spoilers for what happens next week, so we know it kind of goes in a different direction. But we're not going to tell you guys what happened. But just know it. We know it goes in a different direction. But anywho, but that's it. That's how this episode ends.
Thanks to social media. Thanks to social media for
spoilers.
Exactly.
Social media, we know that next week is pre-tape, and I figured out why. I couldn't figure out at first what Shay said it was pre-tape.
Yeah,
I couldn't figure out why they were pre-taping, and then I was like, oh yeah, Saudi. They had to pre-tape it because of Saudi.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia. Yeah,
because they're not going to be. They're not going to be in the States Friday because they're going to be traveling to Saudi, so they had to pre-tape next week's Smackdown. But with that being said, since it's involved Shay's man, we're gonna let Shay take the wheels on this one.
Yes. I was expecting, we all know Jay was gonna show up to get revenge on Solo and Tumbalo and all of them. And I'm so happy he super kick him first, or whichever one it was. He didn't get a hand on Solo, but still, that's good that he got his revenge or whatever. And Jimmy, of course, Roman running down there like he was captain, like he was on a. He just looked like he was running. Right. He was running.
Language.
He was running in slow motion. Like, it was so funny. I was like, what are you doing? Oh gosh, but yeah, it was so funny. Jay, that's my man. I told him to wear that, that outfit or whatever.
Uh, he means a hoodie with no shirt on.
Yeah, hoodie with no shirt and a ski mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I know him and Jimmy's gonna make up. Like that's his brother. Like, come on, like, hello, people. They were going to make up. So
I
yeah.
like how everybody on social media after I seen that it was pre-tape. Everybody like on Facebook and stuff was saying, "Oh, yeah, it's pre-tape because they all got different outfits." So I'm like, no, they don't. Only thing
No, they don't.
that's different is Jay got on a shirt. They still
Right.
Roman and Jimmy still got the same outfit on.
Right.
It just Jay got on a shirt now, and he don't got the hoodie on. And that could easily be explained that they just went into the back and just
To
put
put the
a shirt
shirt
on.
on.
I'm like, that's not that doesn't really tell you that was pre-taped. We just know that it was pre-taped, but that don't just because he got a shirt on, that was the only difference. Everybody could say, yeah, they all wearing different outfits. Like, no, they not. They got Roman still got the OTC hoodie on that he had on this one. Jimmy
Mhm.
still had his shirt that he had on this one. The only difference is Jay took off his hoodie and went and put on a shirt.
Different.
But
Yep.
that you know what, Chris, what did you think about this main event?
I actually thought it was pretty cool. Like like I told Jeff, like I was telling y'all during throughout the Buzz app last night, was I said maybe I just need to go to sleep. And I was just scrolling on my phone and watching Smackdown at the same time, and then the phone hit my face. So I was like, well, dang. And then when I heard the tag team match came about, I was like, okay, cool. I was like, that's kind of like a first time in a long time since I've seen something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I did like I said, I did like the match, but at one point when Tomatonga and Tongaloa hit the floor when they were trying to do, I guess they were trying to do the Uso splash or something on Chris Sabin. And Solo, you can just hear him stumping on the stairs. Hey, get up! And that part
Oh
got me
yeah,
laughing.
when he was on the apron, it was like, get up! What are you doing? Get up!
Yeah, he was stumping on the steps, man. He was out there looking like out there just really looking like a really young Rikishi in a suit. But anyways though. But I enjoyed every moment of it. Actually, I'm probably gonna watch it once we get off here because I want to see it again. Um, and that reunited thing when Roman, came out and looked. I guess he was like, Jimmy, I think he was right after all. We needed Jay. So that right there, but then again, Roman's probably gonna come on Monday Night Raw and try to get Sammy. That's what I'm thinking is
Right.
gonna happen next.
Oh yeah, for
Roman's
sure,
coming
for
first.
sure.
Yeah,
They gonna
Roman's
have
gonna
they
get
need
Sammy.
one
It
more
may be
person.
this Monday. It might be next Monday.
But I would. Well, I'm gonna say that to after I let Jeff go, and I'll say what I gotta say about that.
Man, this was good. Like when Roman when Roman music came on, and everybody was like looking like, is he gonna come out? When Roman ran down there and Superman punched
Jacob
Superman
Fatu.
punched Solo, I was like, bruh.
Did he
I'm
punch
like,
Jacob Fatu first?
yeah, Jacob Fatu. Yeah, he did Jacob
Yeah,
Fatu.
because Jacob Fatu can't run around the dang corner. Hey, another thing that got me all real quick, Jeff. Sorry, was you knew Jay was coming because they had the spotlight. You could see the spotlight shine in the air, and that's why Tomatonga was looking up and down like that. Like, hold on, and that because I guess that's how the crowd knew because that big spotlight you seen was
Yeah, because he
moving.
Mm-hmm.
always come through the crowd.
Yeah,
So it's just
or
like,
under the ring.
yeah, it was a given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Roman Superman punched him, I'm like, bruh. I'm like, bruh,
Oh
where
yeah,
he
Solo.
where's
Yeah, that jump
I'm
was
just like,
funny.
where's he sending him? Where is he sending them straight to hell? I'm like, is he sending them straight to hell?
That was cool. I was like, oh, dang, Jimmy.
Because the Roman jumped up high and then punched Jacob. I'm like, dang. I'm just like, bro. I'm like, this is what we need right here. Like, knock them fools out. The wannabe bloodline. They're trying to. But yeah, Jacob. Jacob. Not Jacob. Solo. I feel sad for you, Solo. 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 He did his part, but at the end of the day, when he got that Jordan to his mouth, I'm like, bro. I'm like, that's what he needed. He talking all this smack. And then all of a sudden, here comes Jimmy and Jay to knock his ass out. Overall, that match was good. I'm glad that the Bloodline got that 2.0, got those titles taken away from them. They didn't deserve them in the first place.
No, I didn't think they needed to put it on them anyway because they were just using it for like a storyline purpose. They really wasn't trying to use it to elevate nobody. I do want to see Tama Tonga and them winning back outside of the actual Bloodline storyline and actually be a tag team, but they don't. It's like they couldn't really be a tag team when they had to deal with the Bloodline stuff.
Nah, I don't want to see them winning back at all. Like, I think their time is up.
Oh no, they're not this early. They just got to the WWE. They haven't done. We haven't seen them how they was on the independent scene in the WWE.
Well, for now.
Yeah, I say for now it's done.
Like, I would say probably late next year for them to get the titles back. But to be honest, I actually want to see them as, singles competitors, to be honest. See how they would do. Not that I'm saying that it's going to happen, but because, like you said, they just got there to WWE. Like, it's too early for them to break up already.
Right.
But, hey, you never know. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
They could break up. They could break up next week. Who knows? Not that I'm saying it's going to happen, but, you just never know with tag teams nowadays.
You never know with WWE, period.
Well, yeah, that too.
But what I was gonna say was that Jay and Jimmy reunion, the bad thing about it was that it didn't feel earned to me. Like while everybody was going crazy, oh, they hugging and stuff, I was just like, it's too soon for it. You didn't really put no effort into them getting back together. This was all too easy. That's why I said you should have never took the title off of Jay, because now it was an easy way for Jay to get back with the bloodline.
Exactly.
And then now their reunion didn't feel like nothing to me. Like, I could care less about them reunion now because I knew Jay was going to work with them because he lost his title. He had a reason. Had he beat Braun Breaker, he wouldn't have had a reason. Therefore, you would have had to work and beg him to be a part of it. And they didn't want Roman working or begging because they didn't want Roman looking weak. So
yeah, because
they took the title off of Jay just so Roman don't look weak and had to beg. So now they get together, especially what I seen for what was going to happen in next week. So it was all, to me, it's all just too easy. There was no begging, no nothing. They all just going to get together so easily now. It's like, that. What was the point? Like, what was the point? That was all too easy. So
Mm-hmm.
it actually did. It actually to me, while I'm happy that Motor City Machine Guns got the titles, I'm not happy about how quickly and quick we got Jay and Jimmy and Roman back together. Where this should have been about Roman being the whole thing about Roman losing everything should be about him having to work hard to get back in everybody's good graces. But I knew it was going to go in this direction because Jimmy was so easily back with Roman, and it was like, then you're the one who started all of this, Jimmy. You're the reason why Jay is not with Roman in the first place. You're the one who started it. But now you all of a sudden you just so back with him. I'm just like, this was stupid to me, man. So I'm like, I don't know. It was whack. It it was whack to me. I don't think it didn't do nothing for me. But with that being said, we're gonna go into everybody's ratings. I was getting to. I didn't that first match, that Carmelo versus Andrade match made me mad because we went through these whole 7-game series just for you to poop this all over this match by not having a winner, where everything was for nothing, and it didn't. None of this really mattered. So at that, I'm like, yeah. So that was a down. That was a down for me. I didn't really like how they handled that Andrade and Carmelo game 7. Um, Everything else was good, and I just didn't like how easily Jay and Jimmy and the Bloodline are reforming. So for me, this SmackDown was actually it was going to be like a 7.5, but I'm demoting this whole episode down to a 6. I will
Six.
go give it a 7.5, but they demoted it. I demoted it all the way down to a 6. I was gonna give it a 5, but it was better than a 5, so I gave it a 6. But I can't give it no more than a 6. It was a 6 out of 10 for me. But that's just the way how I feel. That's how it made me. But how do you feel, Jeff? What is your rating for SmackDown?
Let's see. The way that the um main event went,
Daddy's biggest fan. He said what?
then I'm gonna
He
give
said
it.
I was here. Okay.
I'm gonna give it an 8. To
You're
be
gonna give it
honest,
an 8?
yeah,
Okay.
because the main event is what I ain't gonna say had me hype because there's more than just the main event that had me hype. The the Gunther and the Cody thing had me, caught me by surprise. And then the Naomi match with Candice LeRae, you know, those three matches alone were like, those those three things from the show is what gave me an 8.
Oh, okay.
If
Yeah,
it wasn't for if it wasn't for the main event, to be honest, it wouldn't be no higher. It wouldn't be no higher than a 5.
mm, yeah, that's how I felt. Like the main event for me was good. I liked the main event. The main event was good. The promos was good. Everything was good. I just didn't like how, well, not everything, but majority of the things was good. I just didn't like the handling of the book and the handling of the Gang 7 match between Andrade and
Exactly.
Carmelo, and then just just giving them the match anyway. So it made the whole 7-game series feel like it was a waste of time. And then, like I said, I love the main event. Everything about the main event was good, but the fact that Jay and Jimmy's reunion was just not earned. I didn't feel like it was earned. Like I felt like this was all you had time. It feel like they rush and everything, but you got time. You don't have to rush everything. Crown Jewel is not until next week. Then you got the War Games that's not even going to happen for another whole month. So it's like, where's the rush to bring everybody together for? Like, I don't know. It just felt like everything was rushed, and I feel like Sammy is going to be rushed, but that's just how I feel. Shay, what do you think?
I rated a 7.5. Yeah, like you said, the LA Night really was the worst thing. I mean, I didn't really feel like they
Oh yeah,
should
that
let
was the worst
happen.
thing. That was the worst thing
Yeah,
about the show.
it was the worst thing. Like I couldn't get over that. Like I'm
No,
like,
yeah,
why
that
would
was.
you do that?
It was stuck on my mind for like the whole show. I'm like, did he really just do that? Like,
Yeah,
that was the worst thing on that show.
the worst thing. That's the thing. And then I guess the same thing when you were saying about the Jay thing. I understand. I knew Jay was gonna come on there, but they should have like stretched it out a little bit more. So now they're gonna really have to stretch Sammy because I guess they don't want Roman to get beat up no more to look weak. So that's why they probably want the numbers game to be, even on both sides. But say if The Rock comes in, that's gonna make it uneven again. So I guess it's like up and down with that storyline. It's getting up and down.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just too easy. Like,
Yeah.
why is Jay? Jay, they put the bloodline put you through so much, and then it was just so that y'all booked it so easily for him by giving him a reason to join them. And we knew this was coming. I'm not saying I'm surprised by this, but just to see it play out, I'm just like, it was just too easy. It really
Too
was. It was just
easy.
too easy. I was like, okay, what I guess. And then like the fans, clapping and hooraying for them to be together, but I'm like, it's not earned. I feel like
Right.
this. I feel like we should have had this moment either at before war, the Monday or the Friday before War Games, or
Yep.
something close to War Games. Like, this is way too early for this reunion. And now
Yeah.
I believe they're gonna rush Sammy's reunion with them. Like, we're just gonna rush all of this for what?
For what? The slow cut get a little bit more.
Right? You could have stretched this out. You had time to stretch this out a little bit more, but it's dirty, I guess. I would ask Chris, but he dipped out, so
He disappeared.
he disappeared. So with that being said, that's all we got. We've been on
His
here
wife,
long.
his wife told him it's bedtime.
That's all we got for this Friday night SmackDown review. So with that being said, before we get to anybody else's channel, you see that button, you see that, right? The Rest of the Pit Podcast logo. Get over to that channel and do that first. Subscribe, like, share, hit the notification button. Do all that for the Rest of the Pit Podcast. And when you do that, because that's what's bringing you this entertainment, the Rest of the Pit Podcast, then we can take care of the individual channels. You see Jeff's channel right there. That's Jeff Wrestling 23. Get over to his
23.
channel and like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button for him as well. Shout out to Kicking It with Leo, who showed up for the stream. Get over to his channel and hit the like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button. Again, that's Kicking It with
Leo.
And you see, Chris was here. Get over to his channel, Chris Wrestling Views. That man's almost to his first YouTube platinum. We want to run up the subscribe button as much as possible. So get over to Chris Wrestling Views, so we could get this man to 100,000 subscribers. And as you see, Shay, no
No
rules.
rules.
See, that's her channel right there. Know the rules. Get over to her channel and hit that like, subscribe, share button. Hit the notification. Do all of that for her because she does wrestling and football videos. So get a little bit of two different things. And who got their TV on? I can hear somebody's TV. But anyway, and then you see me, Little Bit Man Gaming. Get over to my channel where I do reviews for wrestling, movies, TV shows, reactions to different things, trailers, and all that good stuff, gameplays, all that. So get over there, subscribe to my channel, hit that like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, do all those great things. But with that being said, we got one more comment we're about to look at before we leave.
I gotta go.
I was in the community post Jay Uso put up the ones with Roman. Okay. Yeah. I think I think that's the little bit of what happened in the next week's one. But yeah. So signing off for the rest of the Pit podcast, as we always say. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to Shane, first of all. Shouts out to Shane and Hector and the rest of the crew who could not be here, but they was here in spirit. Shouts out to them. And yeah, signing off here as we always do by saying Wrestling Pit Podcast, baby.
Wrestling Pit Podcast, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You there?
Good night, y'all.